I'm here with Dylan and Adam from Polo Club. We're here to talk about the release of your brand new EP called Live for Tonight.
Indeed.
Very exciting. It's out next week, is that right?
July 1st.
That's next week.
June 1? Is that already?
Snuck up.
It's coming up?
It's Monday.
Shit.
So tell us about the process. This is your... You've made lots of records before, but this is like a brand new EP with a 4-piece lineup.
Yeah.
It is. The last one that we did, She Will Never Know, was also the same lineup.
That was
kind
of, yeah, we sort of introduced the lineup on that one. But
yeah, and all the songs off this EP is a bit of a secret, but they're pretty much all written at the same time as the ones from the last EP. We sort of, instead of doing an album, we split it over 2 EPs. So,
but like a double EP.
Sort of. So we sort of, in our heads anyway.
Yeah.
So we sort of took 4 or 5 songs for the first one that we thought worked better together, and 4 songs for this one that worked better together, and release them differently and split them.
Cool. So you guys are kind of the production team behind Polo Club as well, is that right?
Cam's actually the production man, and he's not here
today.
Yeah.
So I rap and do a bit of singing and play a bit of percussion, and Adam sings.
Yeah, Cam's very much the brain behind all the production. So he spends a lot of time in his room twiddling away at...
Nerding out.
Yeah, nerding out basically.
On the DX7.
We're all pretty huge nerds.
Did you guys record it in his bedroom?
Pretty much, yes, we did.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
No, bedroom records are the best records
They
these
are,
days,
no,
aren't
I
they?
feel like that's
That's
the way it is now.
But I mean, did you squeeze the drum kit in there as well?
No.
Oh, no.
We went on the last EP. We did all the drums at what's the studio called?
It's out in where is it? I can't even remember. It's
That's with an M.
Yeah. Can't
Big
remember.
studio.
Sorry if you're watching. I can't remember your studio. But we got King Charlie from the Red Eyes, who used to be in the Red Eyes, to track all our drums out there. And there's some of the drums he used on the new EP and most on the last one.
The drums sound pretty massive, so I can't imagine that they were recorded in a bedroom.
Yeah, we needed the big room and the good mics for it. Also, Cam's like, it's a mixture of, Aiden's like huge drumming and Cam's complete like planning over, just like what sounds, really like what sounds he uses and how tight they are. Yeah.
But let's go back to you actually joining Polo Club. It's quite an interesting story how it all came about. Do you want to fill everyone in that may not know?
Well, so it was like a while ago now, but we had MTV ran this competition called Kickstart. So I was this weird solo electronic singing.
You still are a weird.
Yeah.
Are you from Sydney?
person.
I am from Sydney.
There you go.
There you go. And I've competed against these two. And basically got beaten by Polo Club, so I like cursed their name for 6 months. No, less than that. About 3 months. I was so
Did
angry.
you really?
I was pretty
didn't know
dirty
you
about
did
it.
that.
I know. This is the first I've told
We really
you
liked
not
you.
see all
That's
that-
why we got you on board.
Did you not see all that hate mail on?
So
would have been
much hate
MySpace
mail.
back then, wouldn't it?
I love
It was definitely MySpace. I was just jealous. And then it was just down the line, and Dylan emailed me and said, do you want to come and record some hooks? I went in and I heard it, and I was like, this is so weird, so different. And just gradually wormed my way in.
So it's kind of that saying, if you can't beat them, join them.
Can't beat them, join them, yeah.
I still remember he rocked up with a half-drank 6-pack of
That's right.
BB Stubbies.
Yeah, I thought that was the way to go.
Still remember that. Great.
Cool, and then enter Aiden on drums, because he wasn't in the original lineup either.
No, he's Cam's cousin. And he's from more of a progressive rock background sort of vibe, but he's an amazing drummer, and we got him on board for the live shows, and now he's a full part of the band.
Became a unit.
It actually shows in his drumming. Actually, I've seen you guys a few times live, so.
He's
rock
sort of
thing,
Yeah.
yeah, it does. Yeah, he goes pretty hard, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that Aiden also runs like a little festival as well that you guys have played, and you played that this year, last year.
No, we
actually
played-
every
We
year?
didn't play.
This
play this year?
Yeah, this year was the only year we didn't play. We played the year before. We've played every other one, but Aiden wasn't in the band, so don't worry, people. It wasn't Jink. He wasn't put in the best spot because he wasn't in the band when we were playing at it.
Cam and Dylan kind of launched the first The first Hills,
Yeah.
you guys were
Yeah,
the
we
main
launched
sort of
it.
thing when it was a lot smaller.
But Aiden did play drums with you guys last year though.
Yes,
at
he did.
Hills.
Yes, he
Yes,
did. And
yeah,
yes, we
yeah.
did
But
have
that
a really
was-
nice slot, so thanks, Aiden.
Yeah. You guys got like the headline slot, didn't you? Like on the Saturday night, like the big one.
It was good. It was, it's nice.
We sort of think of it as a going out, you know, like, because we weren't going to play the next one, so, you know, we had to have a good slot, you know, because we weren't going to be seen again, so.
I want to go back to your sound actually, because obviously it's changed a little bit over the years, and I'll direct this at you.
Mm-hmm.
How would you actually describe your music now to somebody who asked? Because it's people kind of think of Polo Club as a hip hop outfit, but I don't really hear it like that.
It was weird because when it first started out, there wasn't, to be honest, like when me and Cam were writing the first album, the 13. It was hip hop, but it was still very electronic, and there was heaps of dance influence in it, which people in the hip hop scene picked up on because there wasn't much of that going around. But people that I suppose listen to music from overseas and stuff are like, oh, this is like some stuff from overseas or whatever. Earlier on it was more hip hoppy, but we toured a lot and didn't write much music for a long time, and then got back in the studio and we just had different influences, and the stuff Cam was listening to and the stuff I was listening to was sort of similar, whereas when it started out it was a bit different. So I was listening to more sort of electronica sort of stuff and dancey sort of stuff, and so was Cam at the time. So we didn't sit down and go, the sound's gonna go this way. It just sort of did go that way. And because we had such a long break from writing too, it just sort of fell like that. And the first album came out in 2008, but we'd been writing it for a long time before that, because we didn't even say, oh, we're going to sit down and write an album. It just happened. So we just started working on songs together. So those songs were written ages before it came out even, and we'd already had songs in the vein of the new stuff just sitting there that we'd been working on anyway.
Right, and then enter the man with the amazing voice.
Yeah.
And the rock drummer.
Yeah.
So that just throws some
Yeah.
whole new influences into the mix.
Yeah, totally.
And so what were you guys kind of like influenced by leading up to the recording of this record?
Of this one, I personally listening to still a lot of like 90s hip hop, because that's what I love. That's what I sort of grew up on. I've always been listening to that, but also lots of trappy sort of stuff and lots of club sort of stuff, indie music, electronica, and like whole spectrum.
I'd be the same. Like, I think that's the thing. Like, once you threw more, we didn't really plan on where the songs would go. They just, even with these EPs, they just gradually developed. And like the diversity of like, I listen to such a wide range of really heavy dance music, like things like Yuksek and things like that, to all really old like Jeff Buckley and things that I really enjoy. So I think it's always going to be a big mix of sounds.
Yeah. And for both of you guys, because obviously you're the rapper and not the singer, when did you realise you could rap?
I started DJing first when I was like in year 9, I think. So that was 1999 or 98 or 99. Yeah, I just started DJing and stuff, and then there were some dudes in the town. I grew up in a small country town like southern Gippsland, and there were some people that like my older brother's age that rapped and stuff, and my older brother was always into hip hop, and I just started sort of DJing and coming down to Melbourne with my older brother and buying records and stuff, and then I just decided to start rapping and writing rhymes. So I don't know. I never really thought, can I do this? I just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Because it's hard for boys. They're just like, they start singing and I really want to sing, or can I sing?
You get real good, and then like you get to like 14 and all of a sudden you don't want to sing anymore.
You just want to smoke weed.
Things have changed. But the same, like growing up I sung as like really young and like quiet, and I hated it. I hated singing in choirs and learning to sing. I was really against it. And then you get to like 16, around that age, and all of a sudden it's something you're actually into, and
girls are into it,
and girls enjoy it. It's always a big part of it.
The girls love him.
And the girls love the rappers as well. Come on.
It's harder.
You do it okay for yourself.
You get a different type of girl.
You guys are about to hit the road and get out on tour. Your first show is a freezer show, so it's all ages. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that have you guys done many
Oh, I've done some like all age shows and freezer shows and stuff before. Yeah, they're good because the kids are keen. They're keen, and they buy merch.
Yeah,
It's true. It's very true. So what should we expect to see on this tour that we might not have seen before, but besides hearing the new songs? Have you got any pyrotechnics happening
I don't think so.
There's a few things that we're
there's a few crazy things we can't talk about. So we might go to Wet and Wild.
Oh yeah, there's something in my notes about Wet and Wild. There's a wedgie ride or something.
Every time we go to Brisbane, we hit up Wet and Wild, no matter what it's
no matter
awesome.
how
so which one's the wedgie ride?
Oh hell no, that wasn't the Wet and Wild. It was
Dreamworld.
It was the
Dreamworld.
Dreamworld's got a new water park.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
And sick.
We were all really hungover.
So I feel like there's a little story here that you're not really wanting to tell.
We were really hungover, and everyone else on that tour decided they were just going to stay at the backpackers and just sort of nurse their hangovers.
Yeah.
And we were silly enough to go to that place.
White Water World, it's called. It just came back to me.
Yeah, and so hungover as hell, standing up the top of this vertical drop, and they plug you into this terrifying capsule and shoot you off. Yeah, it's pretty eye-opening.
It's called the wedgie. And it gives you a wedgie.
Sounds good. Well, send us some photos or video footage from this tour.
Yeah, sweet. All you'll see though, the wedgie, you'll just see us hop in, and then you'll just see us come out the end though.
Awesome. Well, enjoy the tour, and congratulations on the release of the EP.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for tonight, when tomorrow comes, hopefully remember what we have done. It's all about surviving.